Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the 3 Yards in a Cloud of Dust NFL podcast. I'm your host, Josh, and with me, as always, my co host, Jonathan.
It's week one.
Yeah, it's finally here, week one of the regular season. Preseason is over. Rookies and old veterans have been cut from the rosters. Everybody who's on the roster will most likely be there for the rest of the season. There'll be some changeover, but
Sorry, Tim Tebow.
yeah. Practice squads have been hashed out for now.
Tim Tebow is on that.
We're ready to get going on the regular season. So, obviously, there's a lot to be excited about. Brand new season. We've got an extra game this year.
17 games,
Yeah.
18 weeks. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and that's what we get started to find out here today. So we have several games that we wanted to highlight, probably the best games from week one, or at least the games that we think are going to be the best from week one, plus, the primetime games. So we're going to go through those real quick. Probably not going to give, too much information, obviously, because there's not a whole lot of information to give. It's a brand new season. A lot of starters didn't play in the preseason.
no.
Except for a few teams, like the Bears.
Probably just to try to get that chemistry.
Yeah, especially teams that brought in new quarterbacks or had a lot of rookie turnover this year. So, or a lot of influx of rookies is what I meant this year. Then that are projected to play as number one, like say Mac Jones,
Travis Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah, and then
Why did I say Travis?
I don't know. I don't know. It's you. We just go with it now. But so we're gonna go through them real quick, and we're gonna like I said, we're gonna highlight the best games for week one, and we're gonna give our predictions. And what we're gonna do too, also, is we're gonna keep track of our predictions that we get right, and we're gonna see between the two of us who ends up with the better picks or the better record of picks. But first off, we have the opening game of the season, and that is the Dallas Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football starting at 5:20 p.m. Pacific time.
And I think we all know basically who's going to win this one because it's like against Tom Brady, the Cowboys really don't have much of a chance.
Against that Tampa Bay defense, the Cowboys don't have much of a chance. I could easily see maybe some struggles through the first couple of quarters for that Tampa Bay offense just because of Tom's age. You could still see...
Tom Brady comes in the last half anyway.
Well...
The last few seasons he has.
Yeah, that's kind of true. But it's been more of... he's kind of struggled early on in the beginning of the season, and then he's kind of put it all together and then turned into that epic game manager who has some really good games late in the season.
So what, the offseason really messes him up with that?
I think so, because, I mean, I can't say much because I don't know a lot of his off-season routine. Obviously, he's got kids, he's got a wife that I'm sure he enjoys spending time with when he's away from football.
It's probably his turn to take care of the kids.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw last year too, it did take 5 or 6 games for that offense to actually get rolling. We saw some epic failures. But you also
think about it, it's like that was also his first season with the Bucs too, so you have a lot of chemistry they're trying to build.
I am expecting it to maybe only take 2 to 3 weeks this time for that offense to really come together. But if the defense meshes like it did last season, then they should be fine. Now, I'm not predicting they're going to go 17-0.
It would be surprising if they do.
I mean, I guess, yeah, a little bit. Just because it's hard for anybody to have a undefeated season.
Yeah.
There have only been a handful of teams, and not even a handful, I think maybe 2 or 3 teams that have ever done it in the regular season.
Yep.
Your Dolphins did it years ago when they went 14-0 and then went on and won the Super Bowl undefeated.
And I think they're still the only team that has fully done that without choking the Super Bowl.
There's only one team that has done it all the way through the Super Bowl, and that would be the Dolphins. And then, of course, you have the Tom Brady-led Patriots from a few years ago who we know lost in the Super Bowl to Eli Manning and the Giants.
And I think the third one is actually Peyton Manning and the Colts, I believe.
No, Peyton Manning never had an undefeated season going into the playoffs. So,
Oh.
I mean, he's still an epic quarterback. But yeah. So, anyways, I've got the Bucks winning this one easily.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could see some struggles from the offense early on, but I see that defense. As long as it gets going right away, Bucks are going to be fine.
Oh yeah, and they didn't really change anything on the Bucks defense, and so pretty much everyone is still the same on the defense.
Pretty much the things that they did change, they improved on. So
Yeah,
they've only made their defense better.
So I'm gonna go Bucks on my side too.
Yeah. So next up we have one of the 10 o'clock games, 10 o'clock Pacific time on Sunday. So that would be 1 p.m. Eastern time. We have Seahawks at the Colts. This should be a really good game.
Oh, this one's gonna be a close game.
You're talking about one of the best defenses from last year that had barely any turnover in the offseason, going up against a quarterback like Russell Wilson, who's always ready for the highlight reel.
Yeah.
He's got wide receivers like DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. So he's got the weapons there. He can move. We've seen him do just some absolute epic things. So this should be a really good game.
We've seen him move like Lamar Jackson when he runs.
Yeah.
But he knows how to throw the ball accurately.
Yeah. Now, I have the Seahawks winning this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be close, but I say the Seahawks are gonna take it by 3.
Yeah, I mean that Colts defense, I believe for a fact, is gonna hold it close.
Yeah.
What would make it closer is if Carson Wentz is able to play.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact that I just see Seattle winning this one. I see them going 1-0 and the Colts dropping this one.
Same. And then we go into one of our 1 p.m. Pacific time, so just 4 p.m. Eastern, which is the Browns vs. Chiefs.
Yeah. This should be another, we picked these games because we think these are all going to be the good games. Like, obviously, the 3 of the ones that we picked are the primetime games, but the one 10 o'clock game and one 1 o'clock game that we picked from Sunday are basically the 2 games that we deemed were going to be the best from this week.
Yeah, and the Browns didn't really change anything on not really much on defense.
Yeah.
They changed a little bit on offense, not too much. But Kansas City pretty much kept everything the same.
Yeah.
So for me, I see this is gonna be another close game, but this one will probably be more of a 7-point deficit, a whole touchdown of Kansas City taking it.
Yeah. Now, if I remember right, Cleveland and Kansas City actually had a really, really good game last year.
Oh yeah.
It was a bit of a shootout, but it still was a great game to watch.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're a fan of offense.
Both quarterbacks knew how to just break through the defense, and they especially did that game.
Yeah. Now, I have the Chiefs winning this one. You have the Chiefs winning this one. And here's the thing. It's either going to be a really, really close game that the Chiefs are narrowly going to win, or the Chiefs are just going to absolutely run away with it.
I'm going to say it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be close.
Because they did add one different player onto the Chiefs, so Mahomes is going to have to fill that one out. So I think they're going to win 21-28.
They did kind of restructure their offensive line over the offseason. They did add a few key pieces, but they lost a couple of pieces too.
Yeah, so I'm really
on
saying
defense.
Kansas City. I'm saying Kansas City will win 28-21.
I mean, if we're gonna pick a score for this game, I'm gonna say both teams are in the mid to high 30s. I honestly could see this being another shootout.
I say another shootout, but I don't think it's gonna be that high. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So for the prime time for Sunday night game, it's gonna be the Bears versus Rams.
The Bears.
And this one's gonna be another another close game. It's because both these teams are really good when it comes to passing and running the ball, because they know how to balance it out extremely well. You, I can see from your face that you have a different opinion,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But-
we both picked the same team to win this game,
but
and that's not surprising. But I have a little bit, and to a certain somebody, I am not dissing the Bears when I say this.
I'm trying to be nice
I know
about
you
it.
might. I
I'm trying
know
to be
you
nice
might
about
think
it.
that I'm a little insane,
You all.
but the fact remains that the Bears' offense struggled in the preseason with Andy Dalton under center, and he has been named the number one starter going into the season.
But how
I
many?
don't see a magic turnaround right away.
But how many number one wide receivers was he playing with too?
Most of them, especially in that last game. But look at the Buffalo game. Buffalo jumped out to a 28-0 lead before Chicago scored their first touchdown halfway through the second quarter.
So, but I'm
And that was against Buffalo's second string defense.
but I
So you see where I'm
Yes.
coming from with this?
yes, but I'm still
Look-
gonna say the Rams take it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, of course the Rams are going to take this. I'm sorry. There's just no way in my mind that the Rams aren't going to win this one. Now, obviously, it could happen. There could be the upset where the Bears do manage to win this one. And I'm not dissing the Bears' defense because I know they have a great defense. You know, Khalil Mack makes that defense 10 times better than when he's not on the field.
Because
I mean, I understand why John Gruden got rid of him. I don't like it, but I understand why he did it. Because I know how good of a player Khalil Mack is. And he has immensely helped that Chicago Bears offense since going to Chicago. However, with the struggles that they had in the preseason, I just honestly, I can't see them turning it around and making it that close of a game. I could easily see this game being a 35-14 win for Los Angeles.
and that's what I don't really see. I know their defense is gonna kick in, and I know they won't get over 30. But I'm still gonna say it's gonna be probably around 17-21.
The problem is, I struggle to see the Bears scoring more than 2 touchdowns or a touchdown and a couple of field goals, because you're talking about an offense that struggled against second stringers going up against the number 1 defense in the league last year. The number 1 defense in the league that is still grounded by the likes of Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
But you can say it's gonna be a blowout. I'm still gonna say it's gonna be.
I mean, I hope it's not. I'm hoping for a good game. I would love to see a 24-21 or a 27-24 game. That would be great for me. But right now, with the lack of what Andy Dalton showed in the preseason, I can't expect more from him. I'm sorry.
So, and that's where all difference comes in with this one.
Well, I mean, we still both picked the Rams to win
Yeah.
the game.
Yes,
So,
but mine is gonna be a little bit closer.
yeah.
And then we go into actually your team.
Yeah, the Monday night game, wrapping up week 1. We've got the Ravens at the Raiders. I mean, of course, there's no surprise here. I picked the Raiders just because they're my boys. No, I'm not just because. I don't want to say that. I don't want to. I mean, I am a bit of a Raiders stan, so.
haters.
Yeah. But the Raiders went out and they made a lot of improvements on their defense this year. I'm really hoping the improvements that they made on paper translate onto the field. Obviously, you have Greg Olson, who is returning as the offensive coordinator. You have
Even though that they made the improvements, it's like, yes, both of
it's
us.
still going to be a tough game because
gonna be
Lamar
tough.
Jackson is no slouch.
No,
I mean, he may not be.
He sees an opening, he's gonna run.
Yeah, he may not be the best passing quarterback out there right now, though. The Ravens did go out and get him a few more decent weapons in the offseason, so he might be more willing to pass as long as that offensive line can hold together. But yeah, of course, he's always a threat with the legs, so we have to be able to watch out for that. I'm hoping the addition of guys like Solomon Thomas and Yannick Ngakoue will help to contain him more, keep him in that pocket.
And
it's still going to be a tough game. It's going to be a close game, I think.
Yeah, it's still going to be a close game.
Especially with the Ravens losing J.K. Dobbins for the season.
Yes.
That's going to be a tough loss. That's not going to be a loss that they're going to be able to overcome right away.
No.
Not saying it's going to completely derail their plans early on in the season, but it's going to be a factor. You will see the offense be slower. You'll probably see a few more 3-and-outs than you normally would if they had Dobbins. Gus Edwards is obviously going to be taking over a larger load as the number one running back going forward. So it remains to be seen whether or not he can handle that.
Yeah, but and it's like both of us chose pretty much the same team to win. But
yeah, we were pretty much unanimous on this week.
But the only difference is with me is like we both chose Raiders to win 24-21.
Yeah.
The only difference is with me, if the Raiders defense cannot work together and play well out the gate and can't get together until the fourth quarter, Raiders will lose 14-21.
And I mean, obviously if this whole defensive revitalization that the Raiders tried to go through in the offseason doesn't work out and then just immediately blows up, then I could easily see Baltimore running away with the game.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see, but that's basically what the score will come down to, is basically off the Raiders defense.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week one.
Because we know they have a good offense, we just have to see will their defense actually play.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting week one. That's pretty much all I can say at this point.
Oh yeah.
I know we're all excited for it.
And
definitely gonna. And I'm glad that I'm gonna be home to be able to watch my Raiders play on Monday night.
And the one thing I do want to do a bonus one is actually with the Dolphins and Patriots, because that one's gonna be a good game too.
Yeah.
And that one.
Well.
Because you have two rookie quarterbacks taking over.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call Tua a rookie.
He's a second year, but he's still on his rookie contract.
Well, yeah, that's
so I consider that still rookie. The first 2 years are rookie.
No. Sorry, you can't do that.
I am.
He's not a rookie. He's had game time. He got flattened by the Raiders last year, and then they put in Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Ryan Fitzpatrick managed to win the game for him.
Because of but we're talking about the Dolphins Patriots. And this one,
I mean, I'm hoping for a good game.
This one's gonna be a good game because the Dolphins and Patriots have always had a close matchup, and those are the two that have always had a close competition. I'm gonna say that the Dolphins will take this one, but it's not gonna be a high-scoring game. It's gonna be a 14-17.
It's either going to be a really good game or it's going to be a really ugly game.
But it's like this one's it's going to be a 3-point game regardless, because you have Tua, he has now just started taking over, so he's going to have to start fitting into that role. Mm-hmm. And then you also have the rookie quarterback for the Patriots, who will have to work on getting into his role.
I mean,
he played well in the preseason, yes. But he's still going to have to finish stepping into that role.
I got New England winning this one 23-20.
I don't think it's going to be that high, though. I really don't.
I don't think it's going to be... routinely last year, the Dolphins were scoring in the low to mid 20s with Tua at under center.
Yes.
And I've got no reason to believe that they won't repeat that this year.
I know they won't. I know they will repeat it, but I just don't think it's going to happen week 1. I just don't.
I mean, you could be absolutely right.
Week 18, yeah, I can see it's going to be more of a mid-20s game. But week 1, I just don't see it.
Well, like I said, I've got New England 23-20 in this one.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, but that's not official picks. So, but the picks we made before that are going to be our official picks for the week.
Oh yeah, and this was just a bonus one. But I just think that one's going to be a close game.
He was upset that I didn't highlight his Dolphins, so he had to throw him in there.
No, but we've also know that the Dolphins and Patriots have always had a good competition.
Yeah, even when they're the worst teams in their division.
Yep. When they were the best and when they were the worst. They've both had really good competition.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So that wraps up our preview of Week 1. I know we didn't highlight every game going into Week 1. That just would have taken way too long. And
unless you guys want an hour-long episode.
Oh, yeah. If you want that, if you want us to do that every week, if you want us to preview every week and every game, obviously we're going to be doing every week, but if you want us to preview every game every week, then let us know that in the comments.
Yeah.
Mind you, those are going to be long episodes. Like, you're going to be looking at 45 minutes to an hour episodes. So, I mean, we've been trying to keep these things short for you because we noticed that not everybody's attention span is quite the same.
Yeah.
And while we wouldn't mind doing the longer episodes, we know we don't always keep everyone's attention all the way through. So that's why we were trying to, keep this short and sweet and to basically the best games of the week.
Yeah.
But like I said, in the comments, please let us know if you want those longer episodes. We'll be happy to do them.
Yeah, because we'll only be putting out one episode a week. So if you want the full list of what we think, please put in the comments. Say it, give us a thumbs up on it if you really want to see it. Gives us help us get the reviews, and please send it out to your friends. And if your friends like us and they want to hear more, please tell them put the comment down.
Yeah. So with that, we appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody listening. We hope you'll continue to go with us. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. You do a big favor for the channel by doing that. And until the next one, we'll see you later.
We'll see you in week 2.